Okay, good morning everyone. So we are meeting after a long time in your computer class. So today we'll take up the topic creating a table. Creating a table is yet another feature which is offered to us by MS Word. It you can say that it helps us in the formatting. So let us study this topic. You use tables to arrange all or part of your document into columns and rows. Okay, table when we talk about table, so there is an arrangement of rows and columns in a table. Okay, now the horizontal lines which you see in the table is called as rows, and the vertical arrangement, or you can say the standing arrangement, is known as the columns. Okay, the sleeping or the horizontal arrangement is your rows, and the standing or the vertical arrangement is your columns. And table is a mixture, or you can say a grid of rows and columns. The table option inbuilt in MS Word program is useful formatting tool which allows you to easily insert rows and columns. Okay, so what does the word inbuilt here means? Inbuilt means that this option, this program, MS Word program has already this option is there. Creating the table option is already there in the MS Word program. That means you don't have to induce that creating a table program outside this software. This option you can avail in the MS Word program itself. Okay, the inbuilt word means that. Now it is a very useful formatting tool which allows us to easily insert rows and columns. As I have already told, that the horizontal or the sleeping arrangement in the table is known as rows, and the standing or the vertical arrangement in the table is known as columns. So okay, the table is what? Table is the arrangement of rows and columns. And another thing which we have studied is that this creating a table option is already inbuilt in the MS Word program. We can use it for formatting of our text file. Now, the table in the MS Word consists of grid of boxes arranged in the rows and columns, somewhat like a spreadsheet. Grid means what? Grid means the boxes which you see in the table. Okay, it may be a rectangular box or it can be a square box. That is known as grid. So, in MS Word, you may see that arrangement of rows and columns somewhat like स्प्रेडशीट के यहाँ पे स्प्रेडशीट जब हम एम एस एक्सेल पढ़ेंगे, दैट इज़ अनदर फीचर ऑफ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऑफिस. स्प्रेडशीट जो वहाँ पे जैसे एम एस वर्ड में जो हमारी टेक्स्ट फाइल होती है उसको हम डॉक्यूमेंट कहते हैं, उसी तरह से एम एस एक्सेल में जो हमारी फाइल होती है वी कॉल इट एज स्प्रेडशीट. स्प्रेडशीट इज़ व्हाट? स्प्रेडशीट इज़ ऑल्सो अरेंजमेंट ऑफ रोज एंड कॉलम्स. ठीक है, इन पर्टिकुलर. नाउ जो हम लोग एम एस वर्ड में जो टेबल यूज़ करते हैं, इट समवट लुक लाइक दैट स्प्रेडशीट. Okay, but spreadsheet will look into this topic later when we will study about MS Excel. Now tables are customized and are useful for various tasks such as presenting textual information and numerical data. Now table can be customized. What does the word customize mean here? Customize mean that you can put the rows and columns according to your choice. As in, you want 3 rows and 4 columns in your table, you can choose the number of rows and columns from the given option. ठीक है, that is known as customization. Customization means doing something according to your choice. तो as in you require a table जिसमें आपको 4 rows और 2 columns चाहिए, तो you can choose that option in the from the window itself. Okay, that is known as customization. And this table is very helpful for us when we have to present any textual information or any numerical data. For example, suppose I want to present the data, the marks scored by class 5th students in half yearly. So I will require certain rows and columns to present that data. Okay, if in the first column I may write the names of the students, in the second column I may write the name of the subject, and in the third column I may write the marks of the students. So herein I have required 3 columns and multiple rows. जितने मेरे पास number of students होंगे उतनी ही मुझे rows की need होगी. तो according to my need I will customize the rows and columns. जो भी option available होगा वहाँ से, that we will study in the next topic, that how can we choose the number of rows and columns. Okay, so in this way I can present this data, that is the marks stored by class 5th students, in form of rows and columns. Okay, So this is helpful in that way. You can create a blank table and apply a variety of styles and formats to existing tables. You can create a blank table. First of all, we can choose any blank table and we can apply variety of styles. We can apply variety of styles means either we can highlight or bold the boundary of the table that is that we have created. Okay, so this all comes under the category of formatting the existing table. Now how will you create a table? First of all, click in the document where you want to insert the table. In the white area, in the working area, you have to click choose the position या location where you want to insert the table. Then you will click on insert tab. Then you will click on table button. Okay, since we are inserting anything in the working area, so clearly we will choose the insert option from the menu. Then after that we will choose the table option. Okay, the icon for the table option is again a grid of rows and columns. उसको आप choose कर सकते हो from the insert area. Now drag the mouse pointer until you highlight the number of rows and columns you want the table to contain. From there you can choose the number of rows and columns you want in your working area. So this choosing of number of rows and columns for our need, this is known as customization. Okay, now आप अपनी choice के according you can choose the number of rows and columns in which we want to induce the table. Now word previews the table as you drag over the cells. जो as you will choose the table from that drop down menu, तो जितने भी टेबल्स आप चूज करोगे वहाँ पे दैट विल बी शोन टू यू इन दी working area or the white area where you type the text. So this can be referred to as an preview. As in अगर मैंने 2 rows और 4 columns लिए हैं तो how the row table will look like after selecting from that from that ऑप्शन, वो प्रीव्यू आपको आपकी वाइट स्क्रीन पे जो वर्किंग एरिया है वहाँ पे दिख जाता है. सो दीज आर द स्टेप्स बाय फॉलोइंग विच वी कैन क्रिएट अ टेबल. ओके, नाउ वर्ड एड्स टेबल टू द डॉक्यूमेंट. टेबल टूल अपीयर्स ऑन द रिबन. जैसे ही आप सेलेक्ट कर लेते हो तो आपका जो सेलेक्टेड टेबल है जिसमें आपने नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स और रोज को चूज़ किया है, दैट अपीयर्स ऑन द रिबन एरिया, अपीयर्स ऑन द रिबन. नाउ do you know table contains columns and rows which intersect to form a cell. Okay, the point where the row and column will intersect or it will overlap. Okay, जहाँ पे एक रो और एक कॉलम ओवरलैप करेंगी या इंटरसेक्ट करेंगी, दैट particular box will be called as cell. You can insert all types of data in cell including text or graphics. Okay, in that particular cell we can include any text, any written material can be done typed there, or graphics also we can insert in that cell. Graphics means pictures, images. Okay, now how will we enter the text in the table? So once we have chosen the text, how can we enter, how can we write inside that particular box or this cell? Okay, this we will study. Now you can create the you can enter the text in the table as you enter it in the document. There is no difference in entering the text in the table. जिस तरह से हम डॉक्यूमेंट फाइल में विद द हेल्प ऑफ कीबोर्ड हमें कर्सर दिखाई देता था, एक इंसर्शन पॉइंट दिखाई देता था, सेम इज द केस इन द टेबल. देयर इज नो चेंज इन दैट टाइपिंग द टेक्स्ट. ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू विल चूज द टेबल. आप वो बॉक्स या ग्रिड को चूज करोगे वेयर इन यू वॉन्ट टू टाइप योर टेक्स्ट. Okay, now click on the cell where you want to enter the text, then type the text. Simply you have to just click on the box जहाँ पे आपको अपना टाइप करना है. You will type, your insertion point will appear there. From there you can start typing your text as you type the text in your this normal word. Now repeat step 1 until you finish entering the text inside the table, and you have to repeat your steps until you finish your table or your work is done. You can press the tab key to move the insertion point to the next cell. Now suppose if I have to move from the first column to the second column, or I have to move from the first row to the upper row or down row, so then that can be done through the keyboard itself by using the tab key. Tab keys are there to go up and down, left and right, so you can use those tab keys also. Okay, So we have taken the examples of we have taken the examples that we have to make a table of class 5 marks scored in computer by the students of class 5. Okay, for that I will require 3 columns in the and multiple rows. Let's say we have to prepare a table for 5 students, so I will require 6 rows and 3 columns. Okay, the first column may we'll write the headings. Okay, that this is the column is telling us about the name of the student, second column is telling about the name of the subject, and third column is telling us about the marks scored by the student. So in this way we can create an example that how can we make a table. Okay, now suppose that you have chosen, while choosing the table or while customizing the table, when you were creating that table, you have chosen an extra row or an extra column which is not now required by you. So then how will you delete that particular table or row or column? This we will see. You can delete your table whenever you want. Okay, click anywhere in the table which you want to delete, any part of the table आप click कर सकते हो to delete a particular table. Then click on layout tab, then there is a layout tab, you have to click on that tab, then click on delete button, then there is a delete button. Click on delete table. When you will click on that delete button, it will show you certain options. Okay, the options are delete cell. Okay, cell हमने अभी पढ़ा है, cell is an intersection of rows and columns. Then you will there will be an option to delete a particular column, then there will be an option to delete a particular row. So all, and the last option is to delete a table. So from there all you can choose your desired option. ठीक है, right now we are dealing with deleting a table, so we'll click on that option. So as soon as you will click on the delete table option, your table will and your contents which were written on the table will be disappeared, or it will be deleted from your document. Okay, so these are the steps by following which we can create a table, we can enter the text in the table, or we can delete a table. Now moving on, selecting cells in the table. Okay. Okay, this topic selecting cells will take up in our next class. So this is it for this class. Thank you everyone.